Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. I have a kind of a toxic relationship with my mom because she's always complaining about mistakes I've made in my life, especially when I was working on my PhD and I allowed a girl to take advantage of me. Every time I go home, she grills me about that. And some mistakes I made at my workplaces, some decisions I've made in the past. But you know what? They're all interconnected. So I'm getting ready for an art show, and this is the first art show where I'm going to lug a whole ton of bismuth to this show. And I'm calling it the 1 Ton Club Show. And you know what? The events of today would not have happened if it weren't for a lot of other pivotal events in my life, including the mistakes that my mom always wants to lament about. And if you could push a button and make it so that 13 years ago I didn't get taken advantage by that girl, I would not push that button. Because I know where I am today. I don't know where I would be without the events of 13 years ago. Here's why. I had an ex-girlfriend who took advantage of me. I was working on my PhD. I nearly dropped out of my PhD studies. And then I got ready to go to a coin show, and I didn't have a girl to take to that coin show. And I went there by myself, and I had the best time of my life. And without that experience, there are a lot of things I would not have had the courage to do without the girl. And what else did I do without the girl? Well, I started competing in the Computer Olympiad. I had a little bit of a burnout with that, which is what prompted me to go into bismuth. And I remember why I got into bismuth. I was doing some tutoring, and one of my students had a project about what are some rare elements on the periodic table. And we discovered this stuff is almost as rare as gold and only $6 a pound. And I thought, hey, I'll buy some, just to sit on it. And I remember when the 10-ounce bismuth bar arrived at my door, I used it to lift weights. Because at the time I was often tutoring at the desk, and I was sitting all the time, and I thought that wasn't too healthy. And so the student would sit there, I would be lifting weights, including the student who, together with me, discovered how rare bismuth is. I said, I bought some to use as gym weights. And he kind of laughed at me for that. But see, if we could push a button and go back 13 years and delete that girl out of my life, I would not press that button because I don't know where that would lead to. I know where the story leads to if the girl took advantage of me. And so the next time you're tempted to say, I want to go back in time and not have things go that way, I want to think again. When that time machine finally gets invented, I don't think I want to board that time machine. That's probably why we don't see too many future people traveling to today. They're probably wise to know not to A, invent that machine, or B, to they're wise about how to make use of it. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.